This little module was all over my shorts feed, so I had to get my hands on one. It's a clever piece of engineering that creates mist using high frequency vibrations instead of heat. A small driver board converts 5 volts DC into high frequency AC, driving a ceramic disc at its resonant frequency of 108 kHz for this one in particular. The electricity triggers the inverse piezoelectric effect, causing the disc to physically expand and contract so rapidly that it atomizes water into an ultrafine mist. The module is called an Ultrasonic Atomizer, and it got me wondering if we could build our own custom humidity dome. To do that, we'll need to measure the moisture content in the air. I'm using a DHT22 sensor, a precise and low-cost digital sensor that measures a wide range of temperature and humidity over a single data pin. To control the power to the ultrasonic driver board, I'll be using a relay switch. And to tie everything together, I'll be using an ESP32 to act as the brain for the project, reading the data from the sensor and giving us remote control over the relay switch. When wiring everything together, I realized I made a mistake. The relay claimed it was compatible with Arduinos, which likely referred to older boards that use 5-volt logic levels. When I powered the relay with 5 volts, it didn't switch. The ESP32 uses 3.3 volt GPIO logic, which leaves a 1.7 volt gap between what the relay expected and what it was actually receiving. When I moved the relay to the 3.3 volt rail, it finally switched because the supply matched the logic output. However, running a 5 volt coil below its rated voltage is unreliable and results in a weak magnetic field. Without a proper logic level shifter, or a true 3.3 volt relay, I decided just to roll with it for now and make a note to fix it properly in the next revision. The next issue was that the driver board advertised itself as always on when powered on, but in reality it required manually pressing a button to start. At first, I thought I might need to solder a jumper across the button, but instead I went with an incredibly advanced solution, a small piece of electrical tape holding the button down. Now it turns on automatically when powered. To make it fully hands-free, I added a cotton wick to the back of the module so I don't have to hold it just above the water manually. Now that everything is finally set up for remote control, let's plug it into the relay and give it a try. I created a simple web access point to display all our data and our controls from our smartphone. Turning it on, it looked like it was going great, until I realized I got the controls backwards. Alright, take 2, flipping the controls around. Now when I press the on button, it turns on, and the off button does its job. With live humidity readings from the sensor, we can monitor everything in real time. On its own, this makes for a functional little mini humidifier that can be remotely controlled. But at that size, it's a drop in the bucket compared to humidifying an entire room. Instead, I figured it'd be much more useful as something like a humidity dome for plants. I don't have any new seeds germinating right now, but I do have the citrus plant started from a cutting that doesn't like the cold, dry air. I loosely covered it and set the humidity target to 50% and left the system in automatic mode. In automatic mode, the code is configured to turn on when the humidity drops 2% below the set point, so in that case activates at 48%. That small 2% buffer prevents rapid on-off cycling right at the threshold. Once it reached 50%, the module automatically shut off. When I removed the hood and the humidity dropped again, below 48%, it switched back on exactly as designed. So in short, this interesting little module can atomize water into a fine mist using vibrations. By combining it with a microcontroller and a few components, we can make a smart automatic humidifier, although its small size makes it more relevant for smaller areas that need humidification. And with that said, thank you for watching.